it's a subnational and private sector driven issue, because how many people can federal government employ, as it were? But the fact remains that the subnational need to come on board to make sure that things actually work. How do I mean? Now, government only need to put in place a policy that will drive more employment. Also, private sector are the major employee. If you even look at our employment level now, MSME employ over 80% of Nigeria. So what then? It then shows that what should be focused on? Should focus on how to empower this private sector driven, right? So, and if you are employing this private sector, what do you put in place? You have to intentionally put in place an infrastructure that will engender that development. Now, we have lost out in industrial revolution. Nigeria is not there. You could see our industries are not functional as expected. In fact, most productive companies are moving into countries like Ghana and other countries close because of the availability of power, energy and whatever. And you know that any country that does not have requisite energy will definitely lose that. Then we also about losing out in technology age now, because everything has to do with technology. How have we created that environment? So if you look at President Muhammadu Buhari regime, you think they actually put up some things, but the enablers were not there. You can bring up a policy, you must also bring about the enablers. Now we have ease of doing business now that was said by Dr. Joke also. Now the ease of doing business only help in terms of paperwork. It does not help infrastructural work, as it were. Now you say you can register a company in CAC, this also and day, but the challenge of supply chain, moving items from Lagos to Kano or Kaduna, is the problem. So you must make sure you work on the enablers that will create that employment opportunity. Private sector must be supported at every level because federal government itself cannot create the expected. Let's add the federal government and the state government. Do we still have up to 20 million employment from them? I think the answer is no. So it just simply means private sector must. Then another thing we must look at to create enabling environment and good employment is that there's this problem of skilled and unskilled labor. Now if you look at Dangote Cement, it was in the news that 11 million welders was imported into to Nigeria to do common welding work. So is that not a serious problem on employment?
And they are paying $150 per day.
Serious money. So why don't we have current train this our artisans to even get that skill? And I want to even challenge them that Nigerians have that with that, but we must create that certification, that 3-month program that will make sure that they are well empowered. Imagine what is eroding from our economy. Someone from other country come to Nigeria to work, and it's everywhere. If you just look at it, only Nigeria. I've been to some countries, only Nigeria you see non-Nigerians working without any approval and doing some jobs they're supposed to do. Serious country know that this menial job, this MSME job, is one that really brings that development that is expected. So I think Nigeria.
Okay, now you talked about enablers to allow government policies to drive, right? But now, what are those enablers the federal government was not putting in place, or when they came up with these policies of job creation?
Right. Now, if the first enabler is availability of funds. Private sector, manufacturing sector and what have you, they need funds to actually operate. So when you want to do these things, and when you are bringing funds, when you are bringing loans, you must also not bring the challenge of you must also bring a land document. There must be other way out of doing it. I recall there was a time that they said if you are a core member and you want to do business, bring about your discharge certificate as collateral, identify somebody, maybe chief or the king in your environment to stand for you. This will make people want to do more business. So if you bring out too much difficulties to access funds, there's a problem. The other thing is technological encouragement. There could be a pool of training. I must tell you that someone who studied 4 years could be looking for a job, and somebody who just have technological education, maybe within 6 months, can have job compared. And that was what I think the Osibajo was taking lead of then. Recall they are trying to have a different technological side to really galvanize more employment within this. So we must look at what is contemporary today. The world has gone beyond that. You must have a 4-wall office to operate. Everybody could be in their house and be deemed. So these enablers in terms of infrastructure is very, very key. When we say infrastructure, common feeder road for a farmer from maybe his farm where he produce produce to the market is a problem. So these are perhaps there could be a central board that could also even harness all these products and also find a market for for them. So there must be a creation of enabler, and government must be creative about it.
Okay, let me come back to you, Mr. Ben. Now, we know that every year graduates are being chunked out of universities. Sometimes when you go to the labor market, you see that what is available there is not enough for them to take in, to absorb these numbers of graduates that come. Some person will even tell you Nigerian graduates are not employable in terms of skills. Now, do you think that's a factor affecting those who may want to probably take in, absorb more into the public, the private sector? Do you think Nigerian youths are not employable?
Well, the